This is the book of Micah, chapter 2, verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. Verse 2. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. Brakat the Yahweh, Brakat the Yahweh Shai, Brakat the Yahweh, Brakat the Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is a name who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahweh Shai is his son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah Quadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, who ruled well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And salutation to the Akim out there pushing this truth in sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life for Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai's sake. I'm Brother Samak from the GMS Miami camp. And yes, the reason why I brought out the book of Micah, chapter 2, verse 1 through 2, is that I came across this article today brought to you by the Wall Street Journal. And they wrote this article that you see in front of your screen in 2016. And it says, the future of everything. Can Bitcoin technology solve the migrant crisis? See, the secret societies of Esau, Edom, what you call the Illuminati, they want their New World Order. Okay? It isn't a coincidence how the wars in the Middle East have created such, what they say, war-torn conditions that it's forcing refugees to participate in a technology that was designed by Esau, Edom all along. And that's why it's no excuses in 2021, the year of hastening unto the coming of the day of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, that you are ignorant to Satan's devices, which Satan, the physical counterpart Satan, is Esau, Edom. And this is a cut to you other Israelite camps, all right, outside of Great Millstone that don't follow the doctrine of Great Millstone, which is of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Because what I'm about to show you in this article is, without a shadow of a doubt, this is the heart of the mark of the beast. Once again, the title says, the future of everything. Can Bitcoin technology solve the migrant crisis? This has nothing to do with Christianity. This has nothing to do with an arms embargo or philosophy. Refugees from war-torn nations often give up everything they have in an attempt to create a better future for themselves and their families. But in addition to the jobs, property, and relations they leave behind, these migrants gave up something far more fundamental: their legal identity. You see where this is going? Do you see where the mark of the beast, the RFID chip, all right, is literally near, is here, is getting close? It gets better. As they leave their country of origin, refugees will often have their government IDs confiscated and their bank accounts wiped out. Woo! Without proof of citizenship, legally speaking, they cease to exist. This loss of identity is compounded by a loss of access to critical social and economic infrastructure, including the international banking system. Do you see where this is going? This isn't a coincidence why Bitcoin and blockchain, okay, is being spoken about all throughout the world. Okay? Why you have banking institutions and corporate institutions, okay, Fortune 500 companies heavily involved in cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, blockchain platforms. Okay? What does this have to do with Syria? Because this is what this article is talking about, the refugees in Syria and blockchain and Bitcoin. Let's continue reading. A lack of ID creates huge problem for the border countries taking in refugees and the relief organizations trying to help them. The situation with the Syrian crisis is aggravated by the fight against terrorism. Who's in the Middle East bombing people, all right, back to the Stone Age, the hammer the whole earth, Babylon the Great, Esau, Edom. He's creating the environment, the conditions to force people into the blockchain technology. Can't you see it? This has nothing to do with so-called Christianity. This has nothing to do with a fucking arms embargo. Because the blockchain relies on a network of machines with no government or institution association, it talks about the whole blockchain, all right, which is a database. When you can watch the other video that I did about blockchain and cryptocurrency and how it's linked to the mark. Most of these questions can be answered by blockchain technology, a common ledger that each party can view in the same way that multiple users can work on shared computer documents. With a blockchain distributed database, when a Syrian refugee arrives in Greece, border authorities could check her identity on their copy of the ledger housing her ID and even her biometric data. And because the ledger is tamper-proof, she would be able to present a much more compelling story of who she is, where she's been, and who she knows. Furthermore, because blockchain technology allows for anonymity, how do you pronounce that word, as well as transparency, she could choose to reveal only as much about herself as required for the transaction she wished to undertake. Here's the point, right here. Access to the banking system would improve as a result, but it would also become less necessary because the blockchain can handle digital assets of all kinds. Relief organizations could wire money to her instantly and directly in the form of tokens, cryptocurrency, or vouchers. Without layers of middlemen, a larger percentage of the final value would find its way to the person in need. How does that correlate with Christianity? How does that correlate with an arms embargo or philosophy? This is the mark of the beast. This has nothing to do with Christianity, arms embargo, philosophy, man. Several initiatives have tried to apply blockchain tools to the Syrian crisis. BitNation, which is man, this is it. We're clearly here, brothers and sisters. All right? BitNation. All right, this is a crypto company. All right, I believe they even have their own cryptocurrency, by the way. Is using the Bitcoin blockchain to establish an emergency ID for refugees that will enable family members to verify each other's relationships and fund a Bitcoin Visa card. Bitcoin Visa card, cryptocurrency, the RFID chip, the mark of the beast. But it has a minimal uptake so far because it requires shops near the refugee camps to accept Bitcoin or exchange it for the local currency. Right. And this was in 2016. How more advanced are they now? One more article and then I'm going to close out. MIT Technology Review. Inside the Jordan refugee camp that runs on blockchain. This is it, brothers and sisters. For all you other Israelite camps outside of GMS, all right, that are talking about that the mark of the beast is Christianity once again, philosophy, arms embargo, all right, you're off, okay? And it's becoming more prevalent, or things becoming more obvious that maybe you might have been paid off. Mainly talking about the leaders, okay? These individuals are not in Babylon, America. They're in Syria. Excuse me, Jordan, as a Syrian refugee, using the blockchain technology, which is going to ultimately lead to the RFID chip, because I'm right here is going to seal the deal. Inside the Jordan refugee camp that runs on blockchain, Syrian refugees could regain legal identities that were lost when they fled their homes. All right, right here. I'll read. No, you know what? I'll read it. I'll read it right here because it clearly plain as day. A few times a month, Bassam pushes a shopping cart through the aisles of a grocery store stocked with bags of rice, small selection of fresh vegetables, and other staples. What is he doing here? Buying. Today he's wearing a black sweater tucked into denim jeans, which are themselves tucked into a calf-high boots caked in mud. The Tazweed supermarket where he's shopping is on the periphery of a 75,000 person refugee camp in semi-arid Jordanian steppe 6.5 miles from the Syrian border, right? Because America keeps bombing, all right, there's war over there in Syria, and the Russians and all that. These the poor, okay, are running to Jordan, and they're having to do, still they have to live, right? So they have to buy and sell, right? At the checkpoint counter, a cashier tallies the total, but Bassam doesn't pay with cash or credit card. Instead, he lifts his head to a black box and gazes into the mirror and camera as it's centered, right? A moment later, an image of Bassam's eye flashes on the cashier's screen. Bassam collects his receipt, which reads, "I pay," and World Food Program building blocks across the top, and walks out into the noonday chaos of the Zatari refugee camp. There you go. So he uses eyes to pay. I pay. Will you see where this is going? Will you see where this is going? This article gets better. Though Bassam may not. This is MIT, by the way. All right, these are credible articles. Wall Street Journal, MIT. All right, you can't even say this is fucking fake news. This is straight from the mouthpiece of the establishment, Esau Edom. We're living in the last days. It's high time to wake up out of sleep. All right? Because this bullshit was being spoke about on what is the mark of the beast. It's evident what it is. Can't you see? Though Bassam may not know it, his visit to the supermarket involves one of the first uses of blockchain. Right. And who started the whole blockchain platform? Bitcoin. And where was it created at? Here in Babylon, America. Let me get that. Let's start. Revelation 13:3. And I saw one of the heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. What's this talking about? Okay? What is this talking about? The image of the beast, the revised Roman Empire, all right? And who brought the beast back to life? 4, and they worshiped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast, and they worshiped the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast, who is able to make war with him? Right, let's jump down. 11, because who gave life to the beast? Which country did it? Which gave life to the revised Roman Empire, all right? The image of the beast. 11, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth. This is talking about America. And he had 2 horns like a lamb, the two-party system. And he spake as a dragon, right, through his draconian laws and unrighteous decrees, man. Okay, can't you clearly see what's going on with the whole jab, all right? You got it, the vaccine and all this shit. And this is all leading up to the RFID chip, the mark of the beast, okay? And he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, right, because America's in the spirit of the ancient Roman Empire, okay? That image of the beast, the Roman Republic. The founding fathers clearly built the government of America, okay, from the ruins of the Roman Republic, from the ideology of the Roman Republic, okay? Cato, the younger, who's the other statesman that they worshipped, the founding fathers? Cato the Younger, Cincinnatus, George Washington, Cincinnatus. Who's the other fucking schmuck? Edomite. Yeah, you know, I forgot the other one, but this is who they worship, man. These men from the ancient Roman Republic. And he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, and caused the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. 13. And he doth great wonders. Right, the great wonders is technology, all right? So that he make fire cometh down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men, right? Dropping atom bombs, right? Hiroshima, Nagasaki. This is obviously talking about America. 14, and he deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast. Right. How is he deceiving the world? Okay? With his philosophy, his lies, man. Okay? The democracy, that's just the cloak. It's really the Roman Republic. All right? This technology, Bitcoin. All right? These people thinking that, oh, I'm going to get Bitcoin because I hate the banks. And that was a deception, man. That miracle that they fell for. These people really think by getting Bitcoin, they're able to get out from the beast system. Nah, you're going further into it. The blockchain. Saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. The image of the beast should be both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed, right? So that's why, man, this cryptocurrency is started here in America, man. The whole blockchain technology, everything, all right? This is America's doing. Just look up the history of how Bitcoin was started. The whole blockchain, okay, started in Temple, California by some pseudo clown named Satoshi Nakamoto, all right, and Hal Finney. That was in 2009, right after the housing bubble crisis, right after the revealing that banks got bailed out. People lost their homes, their jobs, and banks got bailed out. The same banks now, all right, that are telling people they need to tighten up their budget. All right, the same banks now that are getting Federal Reserve money every fucking month. But you're talking about the market of beasts is an arms embargo? It's Christianity? Really? Get the fuck out of here. 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. 16. And he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. 17. And that no man might buy or sell save he had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Let's go back to this article. So it says, though Besa may not know it, his visit to the supermarket involves one of the first use of blockchain for humanitarian aid. By letting a machine scan his iris, he confirmed his identity on a traditional United Nations database. And where's the United Nations located at? New York City. Curate a family account kept on a variant of the Ethereum blockchain. Right, and Ethereum, okay, has their own Bitcoin. their own, cryptocurrency, by the World Food Program. World Food Program is an extension of the United Nations, is a branch of the United Nations, and they're located in Rome. Interesting. And settled his bill without opening his wallet. Wow. Let's jump down. I'm going to close out with this. The ultimate goal is a system in which user owns and total controls some kind of digital wallet. Digital wallet. Digital wallet. Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, they have their digital wallets on the phone. They call it a hot wallet. Okay? And then they have a cold wallet where it's like a USB. They call it a ledger. Okay? But they want a digital wallet. So where's that going to? A chip. A chip. Because you can lose your phone. You can lose the USB port, but you can't lose the chip. Much like the physical one we carry today for our paper documents, the wallet stores claims made by the user like name and date of birth. Evidence of those claims like copies of birth certificates or utility bills, buying or selling. Because the Arabs, they don't believe in Christianity. They believe in Islam, right? Huh? And third-party validations known as attestations that further support an individual's claim, like a government confirmation of detail on a birth certificate. Such a wallet could reside in a smart chip or a key fob or something resembling a credit card, or it could be a secure enclave with one's phone, like those already provided by small manufacturers, right? And that's just for now. It's going to the chip. It's going to the RFID chip. With the right technology, blockchain ID system could cover many more claims than the kind found on licenses or passports. Now do you see why the vaccine is so important? Because they're pushed, they have to get this system set up, man. Okay? The chip, the blockchain technology, the Bitcoin technology, everything. This is the market. This is the New World Order. This is what Esau wants you to worship, his image of the beast. And by taking that chip, you worship everything that is in the image of the beast. Democracy, Roman Republic, governments, LGBTQ personnel. All right. Basically what you're saying is you like to be oppressed if you're so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, who are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites because you took it. So clearly the mark is different from the image of the beast. And you can see it right here. The mark is the chip. Charagma. All right? A stamp, an imprint. And if you can't see it, man, 2021, you might have been paid off. So Lord willing, is edifying. Well, one more. Isaiah 5:20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter, right? Because in this whole technology, they're making it seem like it's good, but it's really not. It's a deception. It's a trap. It's to get you to take the chip to worship the image of the beast. Because by you taking it, you saying you love the image of the beast and you're willing to conduct commerce within the image of the beast by taking the mark. Because you can't, because how are you supposed to buy or sell? Okay? Because Esau don't give a damn what you believe in as long as you're totally controlled. Okay? And he wants to know what you're buying and selling. Okay? He wants to know, because that's Esau. He loves the money system. That's his thing. And that's why John the Revelator saw people buying and selling with the chip. All right? And he said, yeah, whoever took the, worship the image, let me get it. Revelation 14 and 8. And there followed another angel. Now this is John the Revelator seeing this, saying, Babylon is fallen, the great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of fornication. Right. Remember, blockchain, cryptocurrency, all digital currency, that came out of California, man, America, Babylon. 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his right hand. There you go. Worship the beast, which is NATO. The image, what does NATO push out? Okay, NATO is comprised of the EU and America. All right. America is the whore that rides the beast. They push out what? The revised Roman Empire, ancient Rome. And receive his mark in the forehead and in his hand. So, there you go, man. And that forehead in his hand is talking about the mark. And if you take it, you already know the rest. Continue reading down. With that, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim, Rakak, Radash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And salutation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life for Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai's sake. Love you, brothers. Keep adoring, keep the faith. As you can see, one was out here. To the few sisters that are watching, keep studying, keep praying. Shalom and a Baba Ball. Shalom.